Technology has vanished the distance and the barrier. That you are doing the right thing, maybe, but somebody else is coming to disturb the whole industry, or somebody else, some new technology is coming in place. Is it making somebody's life easier? Is it making something faster? Is it making something better than what it is available in the market? Or is it making something cheaper? If I do something well and if somebody needs that, I can encash that. Create an island of excellence. What is what I do well and what is that somebody needs it? An undying commitment. That's important to be successful. To be successful, you first need to know what does success mean to you, and you need to have your dream goals. Then you set your task. What is the task? To reach that goal. Have the blueprint or the planning for making that task coming true. Enable the ecosystem with right kind of a skill, competency, and technology.
Hi everyone, very good evening. This is Thockchom and you're watching me live in BROLIVE, Success by Design. Wishing you a very happy new year. And in this live talk show, we will discuss some powerful insights to success based on the real life stories and success stories of different individuals, because we truly believe that success can be achieved by design in whatever that you do, in your business or in your career or in any walk of life. So I would like to welcome all of you to today's session of BROLIVE, Success by Design. I'm delighted to share that we have a very special guest in our show today. Our today's guest is Mr. Sudipto Chowdhury, who is a global corporate leader with 33 years of rich experience in FMCG and telecom sectors. Mr. Chowdhury is an alumnus of INSEAD and CCL, and he has served in the capacities of managing director and CEO in multiple countries. Mr. Sudipto Chowdhury is a highly accomplished corporate leader who has received many prestigious awards in his journey. To mention a few of those, ladies and gentlemen, number one, Lifetime Achievement Award for Northeast India, which was handed over by a famous media publication house. Number two, I would like to mention the Rajasthan Gaurav Award from a leading social organization of Rajasthan. And I would like to mention the third one, the President Ring Honor from the President of PepsiCo, and many more. So I'm really excited to hear from Sudipto sir today, because whatever he shares from his journey, from his experience, will carry lots and lots of value, which will be helpful for not only our viewers, even for myself. So I'm sure all my viewers of this show who are watching live now are also equally excited. So friends, please join me to welcome our today's guest, Mr. Sudipto Chowdhury. Welcome, sir, to the show, and thank you so much for being in the show, sir.
Hi, Brojan. Thanks for calling, inviting me, and I'm really happy to be part of this journey of yours. And I have always been. It's been a long time we have been, going together, and it's once again, after a long time we are here together. So, all the viewers who have already logged in, and we will log in as we go forward, and maybe some who will be going through this in some platform in the future. Happy New Year to you and your family, and wish you a great success in whatever you do. And I'm sure after today's conversation with Brojan, if I'm sure you will find some bits and pieces which can fit into your program and plan. So some of the questions we are ready to will answer over our conversation, and in something is still left out, you can reach to Brojan or me anytime, and we'll be more than happy to help you, any which way we can. So over to you, Brojan.
Thank you so much, sir, for those words. Sir, you are such a person, such a figure who doesn't require any introduction, at least in the corporate sector, in and many other sectors. But, sir, I would like to request you to share from your mouth, having this opportunity, I would like to rather request you to share a brief about your journey, from what maybe from your childhood, maybe school or college or corporate life. So our guest and all of us will be happy or will be delighted to hear from you about your journey, sir.
Well, Brojan, I think that's a good way to start this conversation. And yeah, a bit of a family background and my childhood, what I was, will actually set the pretext to what I am today. And so good that you mentioned about it. So to start with, I come from a family of from Calcutta in West Bengal, a family of doctors. Okay, so everybody here is doctors. So and only myself is not. And when people ask why not, so I tell them then it's a sheer managing and balancing the economy. If everybody is doctor, who will be the patient? How will the doctor survive? So I have kept myself to be the patient and keep the doctors going. So just joking, but the point here is my family. Everybody is extremely focused on academics, extremely from in my siblings, one brother and a sister, both are sister is again a doctor, very accomplished, and they were very studious, but I was the black sheep of the family. So sometime my father and mother, when they were not very happy with me, and most of the time in my childhood, they used to say, probably he got changed in the nursing home during birth. It cannot be the same family. So again, lightly on the joke, but I was a naughty boy. बदमाश नहीं था, but I was a naughty boy. I was a नटखट बंदा था. So I was street smart. I was intelligent. And I was socially very accepted person, very jovial and available everywhere. So socially, I was pretty recognized, and I was from my childhood. I was known as Dada. Dada doesn't mean the Dadagiri, but Dada means a kind of who leads things. So everything, good or bad, and you will find Sudipto or then Babu as my nickname was. So that's what, as a human being, I am. Okay, go getter, restless, always into something. Okay, you will lead, take people together, and that's how I started. Though I was very intelligent, but I was not too focused on my studies. Okay, I have done well, not done badly in my studies. I have done well, whatever I have done, but not really was very much keen on studying too much like my siblings. So I finished my graduation in chemistry from Calcutta University, and then trying to find out a way to get out of this structured curricular way of learning. Okay, I don't know whether it was the right decision or wrong, but I did it. Okay, frankly. And then I applied for Hindustan Unilever, those days Hindustan Lever, and sat for after my graduation NABARD probationary officer, and got through both. And looking at me, NABARD would have been a more, kind of sit down job. I opted out of it and accepted the Hindustan Lever job as a TSI in Bihar. And that was probably the first great and right decision I made for myself, and against the will of everybody probably. And sometime in life, you'll have to go by your guts than your brain, and that was my first one. And I learned the sales and distribution. Hindustan Lever is not only an organization, but it's an university. I learned and graduated in my sales and distribution as an expertise from Hindustan Lever. I worked there for 5 years, and I was the youngest to be, enlisted, panelized for next level of, promotion as a sales officer. But those days in Hindustan Lever, promotion opportunity used to come once in 5 years for somebody. In fact, the person who got promoted was 19 years senior to me. Okay, so I was told you will be the next, but I was not, as restless I am, not ready to wait for next 5 years. So I found an opportunity in Boots and pharmaceuticals in their OTC division, and then I found whatever I have learned, I thought this will be a good apprentice opportunity to try out my hypothesis of whether I have learned or not in Boots. So I worked there for 4 years. Remarkably, there was one thing I'd like to really mention is those days there used to be a product called IC. IC is a mint lozenge, okay, and Boots, a pharmaceutical company in India, has a very strong distribution network in pharmacies, but had nothing in the traditional retail chain, and where actually menthol lozenges actually sales, like Halls or Strep, Vicks, etc. So they were not being able to penetrate. Neither they had wherewithal of distribution network to do that. So my one of the assignment was to create a distribution model for IC, and which I created a third party low cost distribution model in Calcutta to start with, then to the state, then to the region, and then to all over India. And IC become almost about 20% market shareholder those days. Okay, so that's where I found my learning was probably kind of complete in sales and distribution, and my apprentice again hypothesized that yes, it is probably. Then I got the real corporate journey, starting with PepsiCo. And PepsiCo, when Pepsi was being launched in Calcutta, okay, from FOBO, their franchise operation to a company owned operation. I was the first Calcutta sales manager, okay, Calcutta for, team sales manager, and instrumental in creating the whole distribution network, completely different ballgame, the soft drink the same distribution, which is a two-way distribution. You take the bottle and the liquid down there, process it through a chiller, get it to in the hand of the consumer, bring that bottle back, and then refill it. Okay, if both doesn't happen in sync, then your factory closed down and whatever. So it was not only sales and distribution, it was a well management of logistics too. So then I moved into a company called Benkaiser, which was a startup in India, but a leader in cosmetics in Europe. Okay, so having a brand like Jovan Mask, Coty, Vitacare, etc. So we were the first group of 10 people who joined to start this company in India journey. Okay, we didn't have when we joined, we didn't have even an office, and then from there we created that organization, all licensing, all regulatories, and then launched the product. And I joined them as a manager for sales for Northeast, and Northeast, for everybody's surprise, become the largest contributor to the business. Northeast better than nobody knows Northeast better than you. So cosmetics and especially skincare it's a heaven. So we become the biggest contributor to the exchequer of the company, turnover contributor, and then I moved in as a regional manager for the East, and East obviously was the become the largest contributor again. Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know, Benkaiser internationally sold off their cosmetic division, and Benkaiser merged with Rickett and Coleman, and Rickett and Coleman already had a very strong operation in India. So it was our time to hand over the baby, which we gave birth in India. That means almost like a close down. And we started the company and we closed down the company. But the beauty of that is we're such a challenge taking team and wonderful team. We sold the last tube and the last bottle of the perfume and the last tube of moisturizer before closing down. And once that was done, we all went to Goa and spent 2 nights and celebrated our close down. It's like a celebrating the devils, which is so. And so it was an amazing experience. I don't know, very few professional will have to start a company and close down a company. Okay. After that, we again went to the market, and fortunately, quickly I got an offer from Frito-Lay's. That is my second innings in PepsiCo in the snack food division, and I joined them as a regional manager East. But in the last, during my discussion with my MD, he told me, Sudipto, I liked you, and I have a geography, but I don't have a job. And what does that mean? He said, I have an eastern region called geography where I sell 10 lakhs of chips and I burn 15 lakhs of chips as West, as tell. So I can, actually subsidize your salary for 6 months. If you can create a business out of it, then your job continues. Otherwise, I'm sorry, as 6 months I will say of your salary, I will take it as a loss. I said it cannot be a better, opportunity than this. Whatever worst thing can happen, as already somebody has already done it. So I can only improve from it. So I took the challenge, and in first year itself, from not loss-making, region, unviable region, we made it viable, and in next 2 years, we become the second largest region among in the country, and I was moved from east to north as a general manager north, which was the largest region for Frito-Lay. Okay, and I was also, you mentioned that President's Ring of Honor for creating that Eastern business. I was, awarded the President Ring of Honor, which is the best sales manager across the world. Okay, so Chris Sinclair, the then president, and Indra Nui, who was the designated president, handed over the award in U.S. In New York. Okay, so that's my journey for Frito-Lay, and there for 5 years, and then I thought, Ki, India was opening up, and there's a lot of other industry coming up, and to name it, the telecom. And I said, this is an opportunity. Okay, that's the time. Why not? You get back to another sunrise industry and try your luck and ability to build that industry. You can again. I was always in love of creating something rather than curating something. So Frito-Lay and other jobs were more managing and curating. So I joined Airtel as general manager in sales and marketing for UP West, and to move to Delhi, as a operations manager Delhi, and I was the first one who brought in the signs of selling distribution in telecom, probably through Airtel in the market. Okay, some of the synonyms it was we introduced, DPL, SPL, which are common in FMCG, but we brought in there, and we started our journey in Airtel. From there, I joined. I became the CEO for Northeast and to Rajasthan, and then I moved out of India to head a country in Africa, and worked in Nigeria, Kenya, Sierra Leone, and various Western Africa. At the age of 35, I had a plan to retire within 50 years, by 50. But I had a plan for doing that, but I couldn't achieve those plans by 50, but I did it in 52. So, and at 52, I took my retirement from the formal corporate job and moved in as into creating things with others, there's mentoring a new startup. So that's what my journey of starting as a learner to single skill professional to multi-skill professional to general management to profit center head to back to as a mentor to various industry, various people, and various organizations. That's what I am today. We are sitting and discussing. Thank you for giving me opportunity to reiterate this journey. Hope if somebody it works for somebody somewhere. Over to you,
Wow,
Roger.
wow, sir, truly inspiring. As some of the viewers have also written in the comments saying that it's really inspiring, very inspiring journey. Such kind of comments are coming. Definitely, sir. As I know you, you have been born into a family wherein the family, almost all the members are family doctors by profession, very highly accomplished doctors. I personally know a lot about your father, sir. He is again a very highly accomplished doctor, and in the family of doctors, you had chosen to be different and take decisions for yourself, by yourself. And also when you had a lot of options for your career, when you were planning to start your career, you decided to go with more adventurous an option. And if you actually look at the different phases of your journey, starting from your childhood, college, the corporate life, different companies, as you had mentioned, HUL, PepsiCo, Frito-Lay, and Airtel, and I think at the length and breadth of the country, not only India but abroad as well. I think if we look at any part, any phase of this journey, I think it will suffice a case study. We can bring out a lot of learnings out of those phases. Definitely, I would like to say that in this journey, you have helped many companies to establish their products and their business and take the company to the newer heights, to the next levels. You have helped many career, professionals, many people who were having the talent but they were not able to grow or they were in the process of growth. I think you had played a big role to actually take their career to the next level. I am of course part of that, particular lot of people. You have helped a lot of entrepreneurs to build their business to the next level, because companies can grow only when our channel partners grow. And also in the process, you would have impacted so many lives in the length and breadth of the country and in other countries as well. So, sir, thank you so much for sharing that wonderful and rich, journey of yours. And coming back to the same story of success, I would like to, sir, just have a follow-up question, for you, sir. So, what, according to Sudipto, sir, are the most critical factors for achieving success, maybe for an entrepreneur or for a career professional or for anybody for that matter in any part of in any walk of life? So I would like to hear from you, sir. What are the critical factors for achieving success according to you, sir?
Well, I will go there, what you are asking, but I take this opportunity to congratulate you for your wonderful book. Okay, from the countryside to the boardroom is a live story, and the science of being success for successful. I think you have covered everything. Nothing much have you have left to add. But in this, your review, I have already given my, what I call six success mantras. My SM6 or six mantras for success. To be successful, you first need to know what does success mean to you, and you need to have your dream first, an unconstrained big dream. So first is to dream. To be successful is important to be successful. Now once you have your dream and the goal, you decide your task. What is a task? Okay, I'll come back a little detail on each one of them as we go forward. The second SM, the first SM success mantra is the have your dream or the set your goal. Then you set your task. What is the task? To reach that goal. Have the blueprint or the planning for making that task coming true. Enable the ecosystem with right kind of a skill, competency, and technology, okay, to make this whole system work nicely. And an undying commitment, that's important to be successful. If there is no commitment, you may have a great plan, but still it is success may or may not come. And while all these five SM mantras are there, what is important is while you are focused, you are one-eyed, everything, but you need to have an agility to do any kind of a course correction with the change of environment. So be aware and keep your agility to do that. So just to add on, having the dream, find what you do well, and what you do well can be taken by somebody else, and which can be encashed. So if that is your dream, should be based on that. You cannot have great ability to play cricket, but you dream to become Lata Mangeshkar. That's wrong. So you have to have a dream which is based on your strength, your skill, and what you can work on. You do well. Okay. Second, while doing the fixing the task, which is very very important, where is identifying the opportunity. If I have to dream big, where is the opportunity? And identifying the opportunities here again. What I do well, and what is that somebody needs it. If I do something well and if somebody needs that, I can encash that. And that's where the business or the profession, as a professional also, if you do well and some organization needs it, you then you can go. Like I mentioned in my earlier this thing story, that Frito Lay in Eastern region was looking for somebody with a strong S&D knowledge to create that region. And I found I do well, and there is an opportunity, and I opted for that, and there was a success. Okay. So to understand what I do well, what is there is is there a need for that which I can encash. So that is a task. And then the blueprint. You do your planning based on meticulous planning, based on where you want to go versus where you are. In small, break it into small steps. But before executing, validate that plan with somebody who do believe are expert. Okay, take advice of your friends, your relatives, or your teachers, or your bosses, and validate that plan. So which is very very important. And then comes the third one, is the enablement of the whole ecosystem, which is engage them, align to your dream to their dream. Tell them if your dream comes true, how their dream get fulfilled. So what is there for them to make your dream come true? Okay, so that they are both together. You are making the journey. Okay, and then so that is your engagement. Educate them and skill them, enable them, so that what to do that. What is the skill gap, if at all something, and help them acquiring those necessary skill to become be your right partner with the right emanations, give them the right technology and and platform to help them do things better and faster and deliver quality. And that is where the whole thing, the enlightenment, engagement and educate, this is the E3, so that which will help them do that. And the fifth one is a commitment. If I have to go to commitment, as a leader, you'll have to be in the front. You will have to take them, show them what you are saying is possible. And here, my best, the model I have worked is, don't try to do everything everywhere. Pick up a small island, create small place, create an island of excellence. Try all what you want to do, your hypothesis, everything. Correct yourself, whatever course correction to be taken in a small area, in a small block. And once you have mastered it, then start expanding that. So don't go and everywhere in one go. Take one piece at a time, master it, and then go, and move on. So that's where you will learn, and you will also, as a front runner, lead everybody going together. Keep your eyes and ears open, which is the agility, that you are doing the right thing, maybe, but somebody else is coming to disturb the whole industry, or somebody else, some new technology is coming in place. If you are not aware, you might get dislodged. So keep yourself aware, and don't be ashamed to change, take your decision, redo your decision, take course correction. Don't get emotionally attached to your decision you have made. Okay, be agile, be flexible to correct yourself if need be. Okay, and if that is maintained, that those six success mantra: dream, task, blueprint, enablement, commitment, agility, I think that's what is true for both entrepreneur as well as professionals. Yeah.
That was really powerful, Sudipto sir. Thank you so much for sharing those powerful insights. And first of all, I would like to thank you for holding that book on the other side of the I would say video, because your words about that book means a lot, and that is a book I have put my entire learning of the journey, and also the learnings from my research, and the learnings from my mentors, and also whatever lessons I have learned from my own life struggle. So I have put a framework to achieve success in that particular book, which has been explained in a very, very simple English. So my viewers, if you would like to, if you are yet to purchase this book, I would suggest that, I'm not trying to sell, but I'm sure that if you read that book, definitely you will find some value which will be helpful for you to do better or to achieve success on whatever you do. And coming back to Sudipto sir's tips or advice about success, I completely agree in each and every point, word, sentences Sudipto sir has mentioned about how you can achieve success or the steps for achieving success. I'm sure all of our viewers would have found something very valuable, for whatever they are doing in their own, life journey. So first of all, having the goal, playing from your strength, playing from your, hidden talent, and next is your task, identifying the, making the task very clear, then making a blueprint, get it validated from somebody who is an expert. Then you go for the enablement, skills, competency, and find out the skill gap, and then develop those skills. And then you have the commitment and agility. I think those points are extremely, extremely powerful. And Sudipto sir has explained those in very short manner, in a very, very clear way. So, sir, coming back to one of the points you have mentioned here, I like that point, the new technology you have mentioned. So, today, if we look at around us, there is a technological advancement which is taking place. In fact, there is a disruption in every sector, in every geography, which is going on around us. So new companies are emerging. They are becoming big companies very fast. If we have to take, for example, there's Tesla. We see the Google. Without Google today, there is no internet. And we see this Facebook. We see many companies. Imagine. So these are the companies which were not even there maybe a few decades before. And at the same time, we see that many companies which were the leaders of their sectors, they are becoming non-existent today. So I think there is a big impact of the technological advantage which is taking place in the world. So on this subject, I would like you to just share your thoughts on the impact of the technological advancement which is taking place and the digital transformation which is happening in today's world. What is the impact of these transformations on today's entrepreneurs, or maybe in today's companies, or any career professional? So I would like to just hear your views on this subject, sir.
Well, I think this conversation would have been incomplete unless you touch this technology piece here. I think that's the most important part of being successful in anywhere, any part of the world, any segment of business, any life cycle of your journey as a professional. Okay, let me start with two stories. Today, if you pick up the top five companies you just touched base in the world, out of that, excepting one, which is Coca-Cola, rest four were not even born a decade back, or maybe 1.5 or 2 decades back. Okay, all of them came in our lifetime, not even our lifetime, maybe our children's lifetime. Okay, and all the organizations who were on the top, they have gone behind, or they have actually, they are non-existence. Okay, so this is all about embracing technology or non-embracing technology. Okay, the top four company, if I name, which is Google, Facebook, and all the four are technology based company. Okay, and if now think in last 20 years, if this top five of the world companies has become where they are today, apples of the world. Okay, so how important is technology? That is how important this technology. It can make you, and in 20 years take you to the non-existence, to the top four or top five. Okay, then also think about our childhood. Whenever you used to go somewhere for a vacation, one of our must accompaniment or accessory, travel accessory, was a camera. And that camera was either Agfa or Kodak. We used to go and buy some reels, films, okay? And they were the undisputed leader, Kodak and Agfa, in the world of camera, okay? But somewhere today, probably our children has never even seen them. Okay, where have they gone? From the leader to nowhere, because they were not keeping their eyes open, which I mentioned earlier. They were not agile to accept that environment is changing, technology is coming. They are not embracing that new technology, new environment, welcoming the new environment. So they become extinct like the dinosaurs. So how importance of technology in both way can make you or break you. Okay, now coming back, in the technology, why it is important in the next level, let me tell you what has technology done. Technology has vanished the distance and the barrier and boundaries of the cities to state to country to the world. barriers of time zones, the barriers of religion, barriers of language. Technology has vanished all the boundaries. So it is a single world, one market. So market has become so large. Market has become so accessible, which I will talk about. And this is the advantage what has taken the Amazon and the robotics. Amazon A to Z, they can make available anything in any part of the world from any part of the world. So anything from any part of the world to any part of the world, no boundaries. Within few days, you can ask an artisan sitting in the village of Bikaner can sell his artifact to Iceland, where we can never travel or whatever. Okay, we Indians are very proud that Marwaris from Rajasthan or Punjabis or Gujaratis, they have gone and traveled all those days in the African and Europe. But today you don't have to travel. You can reach anywhere you want to, okay, through technology. So that's technology has done, vanished the distance, time barrier. Second, technology has converted physicality into virtuality. You don't really need anything physically to carry, you don't really need anything physically to own. Great example is look at Uber or Oyo or Airbnb. Okay, sitting here, they do not have a single hotel, they do not own a single hotel. Okay, but through their platform, in anywhere the distance of the villages, you can book your hotels, or both way those hoteliers would have never thought of somebody booking from Europe to a Bikaner village and homestay, or on through their platform. So again, they not only vanished the distance, they made the whole hotel platform or travel business, make my trip, everything into virtuality. You don't have to go to a ticket airlines office. You don't have to go to a hotel to book the hotel. Travel agent, you don't need a travel agent. You can do anything sitting at your own through your mobile or your laptop. And then the what technology has done is a resource abundance. You don't require your own resource. Neither Oyo nor Uber nor Make My Trip, anybody neither owns an airlines, nor owns an hotel, nor owns a bus, but they manage the whole world of buses and hotels and the homestays and everything through them. Either it is through them or they are not there if it's not through them. So every resource, you don't need a resource to invest on. You only require a platform to connect the resource. The moment you get connected, the need and the somebody who can deliver the need, you are home. So, vanish the distance and the boundaries, physicality to virtuality, resource abundance, and the knowledge abundance. The most important thing. You mentioned, Google. You know, you ask Google anything rightfully, you will get the answer. You don't have to go. You link anybody through LinkedIn or Facebook and go and ask anybody any question who are the experts, identify them, you get that answer. You have the artificial intelligence, you have got the machine learning, which process the learning and the data so fast before you even think. With the technology of 5G coming in, you can do it faster. Okay, so knowledge is abundance, resource is abundance, and the physicality has vanished, boundaries has vanished through the technology. And think ease of access through Facebook, through LinkedIn, through WhatsApp, through Zoom. Like we are talking to each other. You are sitting somewhere in Manipur. I am in Kolkata. Somebody probably listening to us and seeing, viewing us sitting in Timbuktu. Okay, it's possible. Online, same time, live. Okay, so that's what the technology has done. Okay, and to not the last but not the least, the ease of availability of fund. I am mentioning it even out of the resource. I have said resource abundance, but the fund today available through technology, from the angel investors, you don't have to go know somebody, to the venture capitalists, to the bank loan, everything online. So no, if you don't have money, no problem. You have got the ease of fund. If you don't have know the people, no problem. If you have Facebook, LinkedIn, so that's how the ease of access, 5G to connect. If you don't have the knowledge, no problem. You have got Google, AI, ML to support you. If you don't have resource to make any hotel or taxi or whatever, you have you can connect them, create a platform through technology. You don't require anything physically, and there is no more distance. So that's what the technology has done. That's how important is technology. Those are my six mantras, and my six key things for how to use technology for the success. What is required? All these are available for everybody, but still only few are successful. There are only few Ubers, only few Oyos, only few Googles. Okay, so what is that making them the difference? It's an idea. Okay, it's an idea and the intent. You need to have the right idea and the right intent to make it happen with the help of the technology. Otherwise, technology is making everything available to you, and only you need to have a right idea and the strong intent to use this technology to make it happen. Rest, everything is happening. So that's what the technology does. Okay, so coming back to, people say that, oh, it's a very easy, Mr. Chaudhary. You said the idea. How do I get the idea? Okay, how do I get the idea? Getting an idea is not so easy. And said that, no, it is not so difficult, even if you do design thinking. Okay, how do you do that? Okay, no, you have to first ask yourself, what is that you do well? Again, going to basic. What is that you love doing? And out of that, what is that ideas or the skills, what or you have, which somebody else need it? Somebody has to need it. You might sing well, do something, you can cook well, but you also have to find out that if I make good momos, somebody has to eat momos. Then only it makes sense to take that idea. Okay, but if I say I make something which nobody eats, okay, then what's the idea? That's not an idea. So, and then if you know what you do well, what is that here, somebody else need, you can test that. Even, is what you want to do in your idea, is it making somebody's life easier? Is it making something faster? Is it making something better than what it is available in the market? Or is it making something cheaper? So, easier, faster, better, cheaper. If your idea is making something easier, faster, better, cheaper, then only it is, and there is a taker, because it is easier, because it is faster, because it is better, because it is cheaper, then there will be taker, and then they will be ready to pay for it. Okay, and when they will be, you ask for how much to pay. Okay, you'll have to do a rightful research to understand how much easier, how much better, how much cheaper you are making from the current state, and then based on that you can ask for your premium. Okay, and if you have the right premium, right value for money for the consumer, then you are done and home. Go and follow the design success, success by design. Create your plan and execute with the relentless unstoppability, and success is yours. So that's what my way of taking it, the how to embrace technology and make your idea to a great success. And if you
That
want,
was truly amazing, Sudipto sir. Uh, Actually, today we are going through these technological advancements. You mentioned saying that in the as an impact of these technological disruptions which have been taking place for years, there are companies which have completely gone non-extinct or non-existent. You took example of this Kodak. So there are many other examples. And if somebody is not updating the technological advancements, or if they are not being adapted to the new changes which has been brought by the technological advancements, you might become non-existent is the clear message. At the same time, Sudipto sir has very clearly pointed out that these technological advancement can be taken as a boon. It can work as a boon for your business. Today, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of career professionals are watching this live show, BROLIVE, Success by Design. If I have to just take three, four, or five rather points for the entrepreneurs or the career professionals of today, as a takeaway from Sudipto sir, what Sudipto sir has just spoken about. First of all, technological advancement brings with it a lot of positive empowerments. The first one would be it breaks the barriers. It breaks the barrier of geography, the religion, the languages, many other aspects. Number two is like it has helped the physical things become virtual, and which expands the limits. If you have to do a business physically in a particular market, your market is limited. But if you go virtual, it becomes really limitless. And the resource and abundance Sudipto sir has talked about. He took the example of Uber, Make My Trip, like those companies do not own any cab or they don't own any hotel, but they provide those services so well. And they provide not only in a limited geography, but they provide across the world. So those are the empowerments, the technological advantage comes with it. And the next is that you can gain knowledge, you can learn new skills, you can learn so many things through internet because of this technological advancements. Nowadays, many of the courses are in fact free. You can learn so many skills free of cost nowadays. Now, I have learned, I think, Sudipto sir, I have learned more than 10 skills in the last 2 years, free of cost. I didn't pay any money. Starting from video editing, web designing, poster making, and book writing, so many things. So I think these are, huge areas of empowerment wherein you can gain knowledge, you can learn new things, new skills through internet. And these are the, I think, advantages of technological advancements which are taking place. And the next thing is that the ease of availability of funds. So Ito sir has talked about. Again, it's a very, very wide subject. And at the same time, if you are a businessman, if you are thinking about how to leverage what it is in it for you, so in that case, I think you need to think about having an idea. That idea which is linked to your talent, where you are very, very strong. And at the same time, that talent is needed by people. And then, the idea has to be helping people to make things easier, faster, or cheaper. If those things are being fulfilled through your idea, I think it's worth taking the risk. It's worth taking the first step and work towards it and stay committed and follow those 6 steps of Sudipto sir, which he has just talked about little while ago. I am sure success will be yours. And if you're not successful in the first or second step, you will have lots and lots of learning. And if you apply those learnings, I'm sure you'll be able to move forward. So, Sudipto sir, thank you so much for those very, very insightful thoughts of yours. And coming back to my next question for you, sir. What do you think that what are the most common challenges or roadblocks for success for any young entrepreneur or any career professional in today's world scenario, according to you, sir? And what do you think? How we can overcome those challenges or roadblocks? If you could kindly brief, about those points, I think our viewers will be benefited a lot.
Well, I think so far in our conversation we discussed about how what is a design success, how do we do achieve that, what are various steps, what are the how technology can help you, and yours and my personal experience through your book and this conversation of about mine. People can learn what we have done right and how we have moved on. So this is a real life experience and our knowledge we have shared. And this also, while you have got everything, there is somewhere something can always go wrong, and which can actually hold you back, while everything else is you might have done right. you know um, Before I go and straight answer this question, let me tell you, to today's entrepreneurs, today's young generation, and today's young professionals, that you believe that you cannot be in any other time than now, which is better, which can be better, okay, than today. You are in a country called India, which is the second largest market in the world, second largest population, fastest growing population, fourth largest economy, the second, third largest consumption market. So, and we are giving birth of the technologies, helping to bring technologies every part of the world. Check Google, Facebook, or Tesla, or any companies, there will be almost 25 to 30% who are Indians. And most of the companies I have named are being headed by some Indians or others. So you have the talent, you have the market, you have the right place sitting here. Okay. And this is the fastest growing market as well. So you are in the right time, in the right place. So have faith that success, if not come, the challenge or the roadblock, I think there is only one. And that is your own mind, our own mind. Okay. If our own mind we don't want to be successful, and truly nobody can stop us if we follow the steps and if we embrace the technology, if we wait that cheaper, faster, better test for your idea. So mind, your mind can hold you, challenge you. If you are allowing your mind to challenge for the betterment, you will be successful more and faster and better. And if your mind is can the only thing which can be your roadblock. Second is your intent. If you become weak in your intent, nobody else you can actually blame. So it is your mind, and then it is your intent. How strong is your intent? How unstoppable you are? That is the second largest, biggest roadblock. And that intent must be visible to others in terms of enabling them, and leading from the front, where others see their benefit, and your commitment become translating to their commitment. If you fail to do that, if your team is not with you, then even if you're best of the ideas, that can be a roadblock. Okay. So in your mind, keep your dream right there, stay committed, take your people along, then there is nothing can stop you. And follow mine. that BCEF test on your idea. Is it making things better for B? Is it making things cheaper for consumer? Is it making things easier for the doer or the consumer? Or is it making things faster by using technology and the talent? The BCEF test of idea is very critical to start with, and then follow the design, and nobody can stop you. And today I have mentioned already the creating the right value for money. You might get that in the right product, right service, but your pricing is not tested and correct to your consumer segment, then that's the second, can be the third challenge or the roadblock. I want to, but I can't afford. So you have to create your product value for money or the perception, and how much better you are making, how much cheaper you are making, and that's how you can actually ask for the premium. If you continue to sell a vanilla ice cream which does not cost more than 20 rupees per cup, but moment you create from that, convert that vanilla ice cream to a sundae, okay, with top it with with some fruits or nuts, or bottom it with something some cakes or brownies, that 20 rupees vanilla ice cream become 120 rupees. People are ready to pay 120 rupees, but you create that value, they find that value. So whether it is 20 rupees is the right value, then you will only get from your vanilla ice cream 20 rupees, or you want to 120 rupees, then do the value addition in your product or services. So right value for money, price per part. And the third one is, today such a large market, the whole world is market, whole poor to rich, everybody is a market. So what product or service you want to introduce for whom? Be gone are those days, one for all. It's a time for horses for the courses. Okay, you'll have to be a sharpshooter. There is no more charras. Okay, so you'll have to know who you are targeting with, or which product and which service of yours, and communicate critically, very focused, and which is possible with technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning, like Facebook and other does. Absolutely focus and stay focused, and then I don't think there can be anybody other than your mind can challenge you to be successful. Over to you, my dear.
Wow, very, very powerful, Sudipto sir. Thank you so much for those powerful thoughts and ideas. And so long as you are creating value, definitely people are there to pay for your product or your service. And you need to take care of BCEF formula. It has to be better, cheaper, easier, and faster. So long as you are giving some better value on those four areas, I think people are there to pay for your product or service. Sir, I would like to just come back to one few of the videos I have seen of yours in the past. So there was a interview wherein you were mentioning about your role model. Because I'm coming to this point because people are keen to know about this, and Mr. Sudipto Chowdhury is a role model for a lot of people in many parts of the country, and people are really interested to know about who can be the role model of Mr. Sudipto Chowdhury, or who is the role model of Mr. Sudipto Chowdhury. So I would like to hear from you on this, sir.
Well, Brojan, I say I do not have. I really struggled with myself to find one. Who is I? Who do I model myself so far? But I couldn't really pinpoint with one individual. I have stopped that struggle of mine because I have reached to my answer, and I have two role models. One is my social role model, other is my professional role model. In my social role model, it is my father, from who is 100 years old today, okay. He stays with me, and I'm happy, so lucky to be blessed, to serve him, to be well around with him, learn from him. But that's a person from whom I have learned the how to become humble. In spite of you may become successful, in spite of you may become highly educated, in spite of you might have chaired many important chair, but still how you can become humble. This gentleman is 5 feet 2 inches. You can never assume he has been the founder of forensic science in India, one of the world renowned forensic scientists living today, but still he's so humble. I have learned from him, you know, how you think big but stay small. You might, your thinking should be unconstrained, but you don't have to, be too show off, externally. So that's the second thing. And third, I have learned, which is simplicity. How simple life one can live, okay, and how honest one can be. What is the importance of honesty, okay? So my social role model, which is my father, Dr. Shashti Chaudhary, I have learned from him. I do role model the behavioral traits, which is import honesty, simplicity, and you know humility. Okay, that's what is my social role model is. And in the professional role model, I have been lucky enough to work with many leaders who today heads many organization worldwide or in India. But if I, after long thought and struggle, I have not struggle. I think it was every time the answer I came to me from my heart and the head. It is Mr. Sunil Bharti Mittal, with whom I have worked very closely and worked for long. You know, from whom I have learned, how to, visualize things ahead of anybody else. See before anybody else can see. And how do you evaluate and evaluate not only from your head or mind, but also from your guts? How do you build in, take risk, your ability to take risk? How do you delegate and have faith on others? That gentleman, when Airtel was, you are part of it, and was really at the at the growing phase, has actually handed over the whole organization in the hand of the professional, and took his hands off so that he can work for the tomorrow. On the today, yesterday, to the day before, day after tomorrow, he never used to talk about. He put, went out of this day-to-day action, had faith, created a team, and delegated everything to the professional. So delegation, commitment, and determination. I have seen those days very closely when it was Airtel was almost is a question of survival, whether it will survive or not survive. But he was determined, I will be the top, not only survive. He has gone through uh, time which was extremely challenging, but he has never given up. And today, and when Reliance came in, everybody thought everybody will die. Everybody died excepting Airtel, who not only stood strong, but today has become a, leader in Indian market, and probably one of the largest one in the international market of telecom. And you know, in whatever situation, how do you keep your calm and compose as a leader? So these are the six things I do model for him to summarize, visualize before others see before others see, ability to take risk, delegation to others, commitment and determination, networking and collaboration. And sorry, this point I missed, networking and collaboration. He was a pioneer in creating a well networked, well collaborated, technology based collaboration with Ericsson, Nokia, and created a joint business of telecom. Otherwise, Airtel would have never done or expanded his network as fast as it did. And the last one is the keeping calm and composed when time is challenging you or things are challenging you. So my two role models, social, Dr. Sudipto Chowdhury, my father, and Mr. Sunil Bharti Mittal, my professional role model. Hope this answered.
Wow, so powerful, amazing, Sudipto sir, for sharing those values. Not only you have shared the names of those role models, but you have also very clearly, specifically elaborated the values that you envy in their lives or in their activities. And I personally have gone through the stories of Uncle Dr. Shashi Chaudhary, highly accomplished doctor or forensic scientist, uh, envied by so many people around the world, and who had already celebrated hundreds birth anniversary. And I wish and pray that he lives many more years, healthy life, and he keeps impacting and inspiring so many people around the world. I really pray for that. And the values that you have actually learned or inherited from him, I would say rather, the simplicity, the honesty, humanity, humility, and think big but stay small or stay humble. I think those are so powerful. And every single word and sentence you have mentioned here, you have lived those values. I have seen in you when I work with you and under your leadership, and I have seen you demonstrating that whenever you had been uh, executing any project socially or organizationally in India, outside India. I can still remember the stories of those great uh, I think humanitarian works that you have initiated through your team in Africa when you were there in Africa. So really admired it, sir, and really thankful for sharing this for our viewers and for myself, and also Dr. SBM Sunil Bharti Mittal, again a very admired person who has impacted so many lives, in India, outside India. So the leadership qualities you have mentioned are going to help anybody who is, trying to lead a professional life which is successful or any kind of entrepreneurship in his life. Being a visionary person, being able to visualize the future and see before anybody else can see it, and not only see through your mind and eyes, but see through your guts, and delegate how you can delegate to your team by trusting them unconditionally. I think, sir, you have mentioned all those so powerful values which you have learned or you have picked up from your role models. I'm really thankful for those insights, sir. And sir, I have so many questions to ask, or I want to ask so many questions from you. This is a rare opportunity that I am having to have this conversation in this live talk show called Bro Life Success by Design. But due to the scarcity of time, I think we have to conclude this session now. But before concluding our session, I would like to just request to talk about what is your present project or assignment, whatever that you are focusing on at present or in the near future. If you would like to talk about that for our viewers, please.
Uh, Brojan, I think that's a right note to, end this section of the conversation, maybe. Okay, but before I do that, let me also take an moment to say that from both my role models who I have named them without taking their permission. So not that every time, every moment, every time, everywhere, I could leave their the what I model them. Maybe somewhere there has been failure or shortcoming, so I'm sorry for that, but I do still try to model them, and thank you them for giving getting this opportunity to work with them and being with them. Okay, coming back to your the last one, what is that Sudipto is now and going to be. Okay, and lightly summarize, I want to smile and make others smile. I want to help people to be happy and be happy myself. I want to be with people when they need me, not that when I need them. And I want to add value to people, organization, professional, entrepreneurs, to make them better and make this world better with whatever capacity I can do. So that's what on the very absolute summary at a intent level. But what does that mean? This means I want to use my knowledge and experience, my network and my reach and access to the people, can be a student, can be anybody, in their personal life or their professional life or in their entrepreneurial journey. I want to help them, handhold them, give them my advice if they need be, and in some places, probably in little more formal way as mentor, you know, help them reaching their goals faster and bigger, create value for themselves and their organization, and create valuation for all the stakeholders they are working with. So I have completed my life as a learner. I have completed my life as a professional and entrepreneur, kind of a professional entrepreneur. Initially, I was a pure professional. Then more I moved up, in professional ladder. I think the entrepreneur in me started coming in. So I become a professional entrepreneur. And today, with all my experience and knowledge, I want this professional entrepreneur, I want to impart my learnings to help everybody to lead their life as a professional with a heart of entrepreneur to reach their goal and success. And if I, even at the end of the life, I can leave one such successful people, one such successful organization, and I'll be more than happy. It is important while you are there, people, for people like you and me, there will be people around us. But what is important, when you are not there, some people you have left something for some people, and people are still there and remember you. So that's what Sudipto wants to do in rest of his life.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your plan for present and future. Smiling and making people smile is such a humble and such a, I think, a great mission to have. And I wish and pray that you have a healthy and long life, and you help and impact people in terms of living their life successfully, happily in their profession as well as in their personal life. So our best wishes from my end as well as from the on behalf of the viewers of today's show. I'd like to wish you all the very best, Sudipto sir. And I'm so thankful and honored that you have spared your time and you have given time for today's show. I'm so thankful and thank you so much. And my best wishes to you and your family for the time ahead. And have a great happy new year to you, sir. So I would like to thank our viewers also for sparing their time and for listening to us patiently. I'm sure our viewers would have taken a note of so many important points from today's discussion, whether they are entrepreneurs or career professionals. There are so many points which we could have picked up from today's conversation. I suggest that you again and again go through this video. You will find something, some newer thing whenever you are watching this video repeatedly. So that is my suggestion to our viewers. I would also like to request our viewers to go through my YouTube channel by the name Thockchom Success Coach. I know I keep sharing contents which will be in some way helpful to their journey in terms of achieving success on whatever they do. So I'm so thankful to all our viewers and for coming into the show today. And thank you, Sudipto sir, for coming into the show. Yes, Sudipto sir, hope to catch you soon.
Thank you, everybody who is. Thank you, Brojan, for having me. Thank you, everybody, for you listening to us and viewing us. And if it helps you, I'll be smiling. And if it gives you a bit of a smile on your face, I'll be happier. And that's what. And I'm sure we will catch up. If you have any question, you can route it through Brojan, and I'm more than happy to answer your question. Thank you. Have a good day.
Right.
Have a great year ahead.
Thank you, Sudipto sir. Thank you, viewers. Here we will come to an end of this show, Grow Life, today's edition of Grow Life, Success by Design. Thank you so much. Have a great night ahead.